I guess I can start a bit early. This is the Hawaiian edition. It is 5 o'clock in Hawaii. In Hawaii. That's the way to pronounce it. Hawaii. Hawaii. I still remember some Hawaiian words. I lived in Hawaii for a while. Here I am, as promised. I was going to do a 5 o'clock show in Hawaiian time. On Hawaiian time. Because it's 5 p.m. We'll see who joins. See if I can. I like that sign back there. Or that picture. It's of a robin's nest. And it says, "The best is yet to come." And I like that. The best is yet to come. It's a pretty sign back. The best is yet to come. So I'm going to do this for an hour. And then I'll be able to... there's a get-together at my brother's house today. We're going to have a little Easter party, I guess, at my brother's house. So I'm going to prepare, I guess. We'll see who joins. I hope people join me. Only one person chatted with me yesterday. Well, last night. Well, earlier this morning. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. No, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock a.m. here is 5 o'clock p.m. in Australia. So I'm trying to see how many friends I can make. I wonder if it's a good thing. It is always a good thing to make friends, or to be a friend, to share aloha. I think aloha should be practiced everywhere. Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I think that's how Ho'oponopono goes. But yes, this world needs aloha. And so I am doing my part. As promised, I am here. It's 5 o'clock in Hawaii. And I've been thinking about the time I spent there. I really like snorkeling in Hawaii and scuba diving. That was really fun. And the luau's are fun. Well, here we go. I look like Wolfman Jack. Wolfman Jack! Who remembers Wolfman Jack? He was a DJ, very popular in the 50s. So I see two people who are climbing on board, stepping into Eddie's fun house. I just want to say hello, good day, aloha, and I guess Jake Busey's also in Hawaii. He might still be there. He's the guy I watch from time to time. Jake Busey. So we'll see who joins. I'm going to do this for at least an hour. And that'll be time to eat breakfast. Well, actually, almost lunch. Here we are, everyone. I brought my recorder to make some pretty flute noises. Trying to dig out my bell here. Michelle, my bell. Come on. There we are. We'll do a little ding ding. I see two people. One ring for each of you. Maybe this is something we can do. This will be our little thing we do. I can start a show at 11 o'clock a.m. my time. It'll be 5 o'clock your time. That way we can be in synchronicity. Maybe we could turn this into a party. We can party together. I'm proudly wearing my Hawaiian shirt in honor of Hawaii. I got 3 people, it looks like. We'll see who chats. We'll see who has the courage to chat, to step forward and say hello. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, say hi. We'll see how this goes. I'm experimenting. I'm seeing how many friends I can make across the globe. Yesterday it was Australia, today Hawaii. Tomorrow, who knows? Who knows where this will go? It's a very windy day. I really don't look for men. I guess, what do I look for in men? My fellow man, that we treat each other with dignity and respect. What I look for in women is tolerance. If they can tolerate me long enough, you know. I haven't met a woman that could tolerate me for very long. They say nice guys women don't like nice guys because I'm honest, honest and true to myself. And the bad boys always get the girlfriends, or that's what they say. But at least I've managed to stay out of trouble. So that's what. So how about you? Where are you from, Simon? Good day, Simon. I'm trying to see how many friends I can make around the world. Yesterday it was Australia. Today Hawaii. Hawaii. I like the stories of Madame Pele, the volcano goddess. I think she likes offerings of wine. It's always, I remember when I was living in Hawaii, it was how nice it was. You can actually see the rain coming and going. I remember doing that when I was young. You can see the rain coming like a huge curtain, and then it rains for a while, and then you see it leave. I've never seen that before anywhere else. They have this thing called sleeping grass. Every once in a while, out on the lawn, if you touch this kind of grass, it curls up. Like snorkeling was fun too. That was fun. So I'm wearing my Hawaiian shirt today in honor of Hawaii, in honor of that beautiful state. So we'll see who else joins. Any other questions? I'm open to questions, or just pure conversation. We can converse. Open up some friendly doors. Conversation and happy music. Da 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 da. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is at least happy and well fed. It's good to be well fed. I do a ring for for the new joiners, possibly subscribers. And if you want to do if you want to join me on a stream, we can do that. I've always wanted to try that feature. You can actually have someone join you for a stream. They can hop on board, and I guess they do it's a split screen. Someone sends you their link, and then you can share a stream with someone. I've always wanted to do that. Have some conversation that way. That way I can see the person I'm talking to. Because it's hard doing it this way because you can't see someone that you're talking to. All you can see is what they're writing in the chats. So we have 7 people, it looks like. What can we do? What can we say to each other? What can we type into the chats? Just what's up? Hello, John. Welcome. So where is everybody from here? We're doing a chat. We're doing a fun little chat. So we can become familiar with each other, get to know one another. It's 11 o'clock here, 11 o'clock a.m. Over there, it's 5 o'clock p.m. I want to try to see if I can have lunch with people. Oh, the Virgin Islands. Okay. Oh, you're on a boat. Cool. In the middle of the sea. Have you seen any flying fish? I remember off the coast of North Carolina, I saw some flying fish for the first time. Dolphins like to follow us also when we're out on boats. They like to ride the current, I hear. It makes it easier for them to swim. But yeah, I remember the first time I saw a flying fish. I remember in Oahu, not yet. Okay. And I also saw a stingray. It was fun off the coast of Oahu. I did some snorkeling there and some scuba diving. I saw my first eels. Hello. Oh, if you're from India. Okay. Oh, it's nighttime there? Here it is night. I noticed that there's at least a 10 hour difference or a 5 hour difference. There's a 5 hour difference between us and the UK. Yes, oh, in Australia it's a 10 hour difference. So I have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning for their 5 o'clock. Wow, hammerheads. That's a pretty uncommon shark, it seems. Like the lemon sharks and the nurse sharks and the great whites. They say a lot more sharks are killed than people. A lot more people kill sharks than sharks kill people. They say don't thrash around. Don't splash when you see a shark. Just be still, and they'll lose interest in you. That's what a lady was showing. There was a lady that was showing how to handle a shark. If a shark happens to come around, just be still, and they don't get excited because they think you're prey if you move around. And then you just if they swim towards you, you just push them away with your hand. Everybody's saying punch him in the nose, punch him in the nose if you ever encounter a shark. I don't think the shark will like that. Grizzly bears are like that too. They say all you do is make them mad. If you shoot a grizzly bear, you just make them mad. They'll just eat you. I guess if you lay still for a grizzly bear, they get bored. They don't see you as a threat. Black bears, you're supposed to fight them. They say if a polar bear, you better just pray, say your last prayer. If it's a polar bears are just going to eat you. They're very large polar bears. And they don't mess around. Oh yeah, those megalons. I'm hearing more about those lately. They're like extremely large, and it's scary because you're just in a little boat. Maybe maybe just a few yards long. Remember Jaws, the movie Jaws, the very first one, when he was chumming and the shark came out and it scared the crap out of him. They're like a dog's eyes. Shark's eyes are like a dog's eyes. So we got more joiners. I like to ring for my joiners. Yeah, a megalon. They say that sharks are scared by the orcas. Orcas like to eat shark's liver. You know, they get scared too, and that whenever there's an orca around. And what's sad about orcas is there's a certain whale. They eat their tongue. Oh, so I think I'm experiencing a haunting because my dog keeps barking at my mother's bedroom. the bedroom door is closed and nobody's in there, and my dog will sit there and bark at the door. So I think we have somebody hanging out in my mom's bedroom. That's I consider that pretty interesting. And they say you can, like, if you're being visited by somebody from the other world, you can smell their perfume, or you can smell. I think that's a yeah. I think that's because lately I've been smelling cigarette smoke, and my mother and I don't smoke, but my dad did. So maybe my dad is hanging around, or at least checking up on me. Because yeah, every once in a while I'll smell cigarette smoke or perfume. I've noticed that. They say angels are visiting you if you smell perfume. Really? Tell me about that. A lot of people are saying that, you know, either angel visitations or devil visitations. Sometimes we gotta pray a lot, you know. That way we're protected. Sometimes it's yeah, just playing it safe. Some people use. How about that? I had that happen one time. I woke up and I saw an image of a man, and then it vanished. So I guess we. Hey, how's it going? So, I have that had that. Sometimes you can just sense evil when it comes around, but then sometimes I've sensed peace too. They say when you're sleeping, that's the or not. Yeah, when you're sleeping or right before you go to bed. Sometimes sitting in the dark for me. When I'm sitting in the dark, I can feel presences. It is weird how we can pick up things like that, spooky feelings, or seeing things move on their own. The dead will chose the smell. Yeah, the one that comforts you the most. Sometimes it's just flowers, the smell of flowers, you know, like roses or, jasmine. I like the smell of jasmine. And lavender. Lavender has a good smell to it. They say if you have trouble sleeping, get some lavender. You can sometimes get that potpourri lavender, and you fall right to sleep because it goes into your bloodstream through your nose. And there's something that makes us sleep. Or eat a lot of turkey. Eat some turkey, and you'll probably want to take a nap. Notice around Thanksgiving when people eat a lot of turkey, it's like how it affects the human body. Yes. So we have two people. Yeah, that's what they say. Because fire, that's what sulfur, brimstone is sulfur. That happens. They like to haunt places. Sometimes people get followed. They say salt is a good thing to use. Black tourmaline, if you can get a hold of black tourmaline, they say that's a good. It grounds a lot of negative energy. Black tourmaline. I have some black tourmaline. I like amethyst. I like a piece of amethyst. What else is there? Salt, sage, brick dust, red brick dust. People crunch up bricks and use that. Salt has been used in a lot of cultures. Salt. Sometimes people lay down a circle of salt, or at each of the four corners of the house. Fun stuff. And also don't call them to you. Selenite. Yes, I've heard about selenite. People carve weapons out of selenite. I remember y'all. Kitty. Yes. Welcome. Crush eggshells. You know what? Some cultures, some Latino cultures, they they take an egg and they hold it near the body and it takes away the negativity and then you just throw away the egg. Yep. Sometimes people call on priests to bless houses before they move in or while they're living there and they find out that there's some paranormal activity going on. Some ghosts, not all ghosts are evil. Some of them just, they're playful. I've heard like children ghosts. I used to leave candy for one. Sometimes it's just ghosts of children, a ghosts of people who lived in the house. And they don't mean harm, they just want to live there. So they have a name for it for hauntings or for when yeah, egg cleansing. Wasn't that on Machete? You ever see the movie Machete? I think they did that in that movie. Hello, everyone. Kitty Odell. Okay, it's like this. This is actually an interesting discussion. We live. Oh, canal. Okay. You know what? Fukushima brought on a lot of hauntings. When Fukushima happened in Japan, people were saying cabbies they were making reports of people getting into their car and talking with them, and then they disappear. So I guess ghosts were getting into their cabs after the tidal wave. There wasn't there a tsunami. A tsunami hit Japan, and cabbies were reporting that people were getting into their cars and talking with them. So it's like there were some mediums say they need to tell people that they're dead. They don't know that they're dead, so they need to be told. That must be amazing. You're dead and you don't know it, so you already kind of dodged that bullet. It's like, wow, I didn't even know I died. Some people are so afraid of death. And then people who have died say, hey, there's nothing to worry about. I don't fear death now that I've died and come back. Those are always fun stories. People die and they see relatives. Hospice nurses talk a lot about that too. They actually have names for things. They call it the stare. They say that their patient looks up in the corner of the room and sees a dead relative or angels, and it's pretty interesting. Hospice nurse Julie is one that I follow sometimes. There's a couple of hospice nurses that are on YouTube, and they tell their stories. Have you ever watched? Yeah, there's a lot of places that that they find on Google, Google Earth. Sometimes they'll find like a body floating somewhere. They found a car one time that came up missing, and it was in a it was in a lake, I think. Yeah, isn't that interesting? You know, everyone has a neat story to tell. Again, those hospice nurses, they stay with somebody until they die, and they sometimes they talk about the reach. People reach for something, and it's like they're trying to hug someone right before they die. Yeah, you've seen that. Yeah. So there's also, what is it? What else have I seen? Like, there's been people who solve their own murders. One kid, one guy was murdered, and he came back as a kid and pointed out his murderer, and the guy was convicted based on what the kid told, what the kid was talking about. That's pretty amazing. You kill somebody and they come back in another life, and then they point you out. They say, "That's the guy. Here's how he killed me. Here's where it was done." And they were able to convict him based on that. Some people get haunted by the ones they kill. I'll have to put that. Oh, if you go to my channel and click on community, I have some pretty neat videos that I found. Every time I find a good video, I put it on my community page. It's like, yeah, you come to the channel and you click on community. Also in the description, I have some some websites. That's how I make my money. So yeah, if you're interested, click on the descriptions, or in the description you'll find. Oh, and I have this self defense pin. You get that free with shipping. Or haven't you've seen those? There's a show called Ghost Inside My Child, where they all these kids recall their previous life. They One kid was in 9/11, and they brought him to the place. They brought him to where the towers were, and he found closure because he was talking about the whole how he died, and some people go into hypnosis, and they're able to recall their past life, and when they recall their past life, they're able to look it up in records, like names, places, and they can say, well, this is who you were. Yeah. Pakalolo, that's what they call it. Pakalolo. Maui Wowie. That's probably where the good stuff comes from. The Maui Wowie. I remember watching Cheech and Chong a lot when I was younger in high school. I went to Kalaheo High School in Oahu. Kailua Intermediate, Kalaheo High School, Waimalu. I think we were the Waimalu Warriors. I wonder if that school is still there, Waimalu. I used to go to the Ala Moana Shopping Center. I just I've been away from Hawaii for too long. I am in Georgia, in the mainland. I'm a long way from Hawaii. My family and I stayed there for a while on Oahu for about 3 years. It seems like a pretty nice place to live. We lived on a Marine Corps base, so we did. Catskills. Oh, New York. That's where the ball is dropped. When in New Year's Eve. Yeah, New Year's Eve. It's always fun to listen to what time it is in other parts of the world when the new year begins for other people. Here it's about fireworks. It's hard to sleep on New Year's Eve because everyone's lighting fireworks. That's their thing. That's what they do. Here in Georgia, they light fireworks until 1 o'clock, sometimes past 1 o'clock in the morning. I like going to a hotel, get myself a hotel and chill out, have myself some champagne or something, and just watch it on TV, watch the ball drop. Happy New Year! I remember the Y2K, right when it became 2000, the year 2000, everybody was scared that there was gonna be chaos. Upstate New York and the Catskills. Well, welcome. So it's Kitty Odell. Who else is with me today? Who is joining me? You're in my time zone. It's 11 o'clock, I think. Around 11 o'clock. You might be in my time zone. And there's Shini. I think I'm pronouncing that. I have to hear sometimes before I can get it right. Shiini, I think that's how it's said. There's Kitty, and then there's John. John was here. I'm just going through all these scrolls so I could acknowledge everyone. I want to acknowledge who is joining me. So it looks like I have about 3 or 4 people right now, or 5. Serene's World. Let me know, correct me if I'm wrong, how I'm saying these. But anyways, it's good to have you all. I'm getting a good turnout today. Some people all the way from New York. There was also some people who were pirates, some people who were sea-bearing people, and they did the past life regression on them. They actually remember how they died. I've done past life regression, or a couple of them. It's pretty weird because you're feeling that lifetime over again. It's like you're recalling your past life. Peace out, dude. Next time, yes. I will remember you. I'll remember you. Well, this might be the start of something. Again, this is experimental. We'll see who joins me. Again, check out the links in the description. You might be able to find something you like, because that's how I get supported. I peddle my wares. So we have 2 people so far. 2 people now. This is a video you should watch later. You're posting a video or putting one? I'll have to see how I can do that. I'm getting familiar with this, the chat. I know in the comments, I could check out comments. You could probably put a link in the comment. Sometimes that works. You could put a link in the comment if you want me to see a video. Oh, have you ever watched Slapped Ham? Slapped Ham with Callan. I like how he ends his videos. He goes, poo! A lot of it, like you could see things move all by themselves. You see security guards talking to ghosts. And then they realize they just talked to a ghost. Ooh, Very scary. Ghosts. Some people just see ghosts. They're able to see them. Yeah. Creepy ghosts. Like, what do they call those? Doll. There, there are lots of dolls that are inhabited. Spirits like to live in dolls. What's weird is when you see a doll move all by itself. Sometimes in glass cases, the doll is in a glass case or on the top of a shelf. Sometimes it scares kids. Kids are holding on to they're playing with their doll, and all of a sudden their doll moves. Kind of like, Chucky, there's no batteries in that doll. Teddy Ruxpin is pretty creepy. Remember Teddy Ruxpin? You could put a cassette in Teddy Ruxpin and he'll sing songs. And the Furbies. Remember the Furbies? Creepy Furbies. So we're almost an hour, this hour session, I guess. Because I'll be leaving to my brother's house for a get-together. We're having a little party or something. So who's with me now? I guess I could ring the bell for people who join. I'm looking out the window. Behind this phone is a window, and I'm watching the breezes. We have a nice fir tree outside. It looks like a fir tree. And my eyes dart up to look out the window. Makes me look like I have shifty eyes. I guess some people from Hawaii may have spoken to me. We have one person that from New York, upstate New York and the Catskills. Where else is everyone? Everyone is from Kitty. So who is with me now in this last part of the hour, the final few minutes? We'll see how well this does. I think next time, yeah. This seems to be a good time. I got quite a bit of a turnout. It's 5 o'clock in Hawaii. We'll see who joins us for the last few minutes. It's getting to be a time for eating. I need to eat. I have to take medications and I have to wait an hour. My thyroid medication. I need to have my thyroid. I'm being medicated. So I thought I would join or see how many people join, and if I can keep doing this. Yes, that's how you do it. Which is cool. You can leave me comments. Not too many people leave comments on these streams. They chat, but they won't leave the comment. If they leave a comment, I could check out their channel. Copy and paste. Isn't that nice? You don't have to type out all that. You can just copy it, select all. It's just you. So where are you from? We had one person from the Catskills in New York. We have one loyal person who's stuck with me through the hour. I guess some people don't like to tell where they're from, or where they are at least. Some people I get from the Netherlands. Some people I get from Denmark or from the UK. You're here to stay. That's right. Part of the group. You have joined the fold. Eddie's Funhouse. You're now in Eddie's Funhouse. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I'll start using my voice actor skills. I've always wanted to know what it was like to be a voice actor. Oh, sure. Oh, California. That's where I used to live. I was in California, Sacramento, California, Rancho Cordova, California. It's hard to remember. There's a lot of places that I've been in California. Back when there was Tower Records, back when there was Dimple Records. I always liked to go to the movies when I was in California. Go watch movies right after work on a Friday. Friday, right after work, I'd go to a Chinese restaurant, Chinese buffet, eat some Chinese food, and then go watch a movie. It's smart to eat first. Get your eating out of the way. Unless you have a sweet tooth, then you could buy some milk duds or something, or some juju fruits. Those boxes are full of candy. They're supposed to last you throughout the movie, or a candy bar. Then you can ask them to put butter on your popcorn. What else did I used to do? Oh, New Year's Eve was fun in California, Old Sacramento. Oh, cool. So I got two people. That's what it appears. Some people just like to take a peek. They like to peek, but they don't chat, which counts as it counts as a view. So thank you for that. Thank you for giving me a view, even if you don't chat. Sometimes these chats can be pretty interesting. I love talking about ghosts, ghostly activity, places that are haunted. The Grim Collective. You ever watch them? The Grim Collective. They sometimes go to filming locations and also places where people have been killed. I like Zach Bagans. He has a museum of haunted items and things collected from serial killers. He has like a cursed chair, and Ed and Lorraine Warren are another group of people who used to do exorcisms. The Grim Collective have been to some of their locations. Amityville Horror was one of them. The Conjuring, that was based on a true story. Fun stuff. I've only had light experiences with hauntings. I don't know if I could probably handle it. I wouldn't be able to handle an aggressive spirit. I think an aggressive spirit wouldn't be fun because they scratch you, they shove you, they knock you over. Yeah, they do. They stick to your teeth. They're covered in delicious chocolate, and the rest is a caramel. A caramel. You can chew on a caramel. Caramel. There was Brock's. I remember those cubes. There were caramel cubes. You had to take off the plastic wrapper, and then you could chew on it. Chew on the caramel. Yeah, milk duds. Charleston chew is a good one. Sit there and eat a whole Charleston chew. You can put those in the freezer and snap them in half. I like Three Musketeers. Three Musketeers. Las Vegas. In Las Vegas. I've been to Nevada. I went to Circus a few times because I wasn't old enough to gamble. They had like the kids can go to the upper level, the lower level where all the was where the gambling was. That was pretty fun, Circus. If you're a kid, go to Circus in Reno, Nevada. I don't think I've ever been to Las Vegas, Nevada. I remember we had to go all the way into Reno. The Devil's Rocking Chair. That I'm pretty sure that's the one Zach Beggins has. The Devil's Rocking Chair. There was one, a guy cursed a chair. And people were dying. He warned them not to sit in that chair, and people would sit in the chair and they'd meet a terrible fate. So they had to stick it to the wall. They had a way of hanging it. They hung it up on the wall so nobody would sit in it anymore. That's got to be a horrible way to go. You were warned. Don't sit in that chair. Yeah, that Ed and Lorraine Warren. Uh, it's a museum of all these cursed items, and one of them where Annabelle. Annabelle was kept there. It's just a big Raggedy Ann doll. Bad things would happen. And then there's that Key West. Key West, Florida was Robert the Doll. I keep hearing about Robert the Doll. People actually write apology notes. People write, "I'm sorry, Robert," because they took his picture without his permission. I've always wanted to know, how do you know you have this permission? Yeah. I wonder how you would feel if you're around that chair, the Devil's Rocking Chair. Don't sit in that chair. It's haunted. There's a mirror also that is supposed to be able to some a lot of weird stuff happens around around those items. That's why they make them exhibits. Have you heard the crying boy? It's a whenever someone owns that painting, the house catches fire. It's the crying boy. That's an interesting. They did a documentary about that. They were trying to disprove it, I guess. That the painting would never burn. If somebody had it in their house, the house would burn down, and they would find the painting. A lot of people were scared of that movie. They actually had some priests there to exorcise demons from people. Whenever the movie was playing, they would have. That's what I heard. Paranormal Activity. Have you ever seen that movie, Paranormal Activity? They thought the movie had bombed because people were getting out. They were getting up and walking out of the movie. And they found out that it was just too scary a movie. The movie was too scary. So people were getting up and walking out. They thought the movie had flopped. That one grossed a lot of money. A couple in the millions, of course. Some people go to visit the Alamo in Texas. There's the Alamo. I wonder how haunted that place is. There's a lot of castles too in Europe and Scotland. Some of them are haunted. Medieval times was a bad time to be alive. A lot of torturing and killing going on. New Orleans has some haunted places. Yes, that's what they called it. Bela Lugosi's Scrying Mirror. That was one of the exhibits there in Zach Bagans' museum. Also, I think they had Ted Bundy's VW bug. Some things from a lot of serial killers. They have to sign a waiver before they go in. They must sign a waiver. And then they can go on the tour. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's lots of paranormal activity there. The spirits sometimes attach themselves to objects. I guess on eBay they have some rings that help you with love. They help you with good fortune, with riches. if you wear the haunted ring. I think on eBay you can get haunted items. Wow, that wind is picking up out there. We get really windy days here in Georgia. Bela Lugosi. He played he played Count Dracula. Trying to think of that movie. Ed Wood. There was a movie with Johnny Depp called Ed Wood, I think. He made some really bad movies. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes was I guess supposed to be a flop. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Oh, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's in my movie playlist. In the description, you can scroll down and see Ed's movie playlist, and you'll find Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That's a pretty good movie if you're into scary clowns. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You know a lot of things? Tell us. Please tell us. That'd be interesting to have a ghostly experience. Go to a haunted place. But then again, I better watch what I wish for. Russo. What's that? She's a medium. Kim Russo. I think her name's Kim Russo. She has people who, she does divination. Not divination. She's a medium. Yeah, Kim Russo is a medium that I watch sometimes. She meets up with celebrities. Well, that's cool. Maybe we can. I'll see if we can do it. If we can share a chat. That's what I've always wanted to do. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Share a chat with someone. Because there's that feature I've noticed. Whenever I set up a chat, share a chat or something like that. You have to send someone your link. Anyway, I guess if I keep wanting it enough to have a chat, to share a chat with someone, it'd be interesting to see how that goes. I watched Holly Holmes and who was it? Rose McGowan were having a chat. It looked like the Brady Bunch. You could see both people, both parties involved. Well, the hour's almost over. I think that's what I'll do from now on. Just make it an hour show. Because some of my shows stretch on for 4 hours, and it's just me talking into the camera. Well, I guess this is a pretty good turnout. There's at least 4 people who stopped by. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for sticking around. This was kind of it was a pretty nice chat. So I'll wait for an hour. Well, I got 1 more minute. Patty Negree. Who's Patty Negree? Is she a fortune teller or a psychic? Patty Negree. If I'm saying that right. Again, I have trouble reading because I don't know the pronunciation of the words. How do you pronounce? It's all about pronouns. If you can pronounce the words correctly. I just thank you all for joining me. Those of you who stopped by to chat. And I guess now it's time to end the chat. And then I can do this again. Maybe daily. Around 11 o'clock I can do that. Maybe. If everything works out. Oh, your favorite medium. Okay. Patty Negree. I think that's how it's said. It sounds like a New Orleans Patty Negree. Somebody from around there. Salem is another good place. Salem, Massachusetts, and New Orleans. Well, all right, you're welcome. Thank you for having me in your living room. I guess wherever you are, out on a boat. Somebody was out on a boat. Thank you for joining me, and I guess it's time for me to eat now. G'day. G'day. That's how you say it. G'day.